Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women. Wardrobe provided by Bahari Bahamas. Visit shopbahari.com. Protein and water and fiber, carbohydrates. We also talked about vitamins. And this week, we're going to be focusing, and this is the final chapter. This is chapter 7. And today we are going to be focusing on minerals. Minerals. A very, very important chapter in the overall book of health when it comes to how we should be governing ourselves to be healthier. Minerals play a very, very, very important part in your overall health. And many of the diseases that we are battling today are simply because we're not getting sufficient minerals in our diets. Now, you often hear me talk about the 90 essential nutrients. And the first thing that I mentioned when I talk about the 90 essential nutrients are the 60 minerals, 60 minerals that your body needs. And there are more minerals out there, but these are the essential ones. And the reason why we call them essential is because your body isn't able to make them on its own. So you have to supplement to get what you need. And so this is why we call them the essential nutrients. And there are 90 essential nutrients that every human being needs every single day, just to survive, just to function. And included in those 90 minerals are included in those 90 nutrients are 60 minerals, 60 essential minerals that your body needs just to function. And I want you to imagine, it's like, I often use it as I often use this example, gasoline in a car. You know that your car runs on gasoline. And so as long as you are giving your car good, clean gasoline, and of course you're not doing anything foolish like not putting oil in the tank, in the car, or, running into a truck or anything like that. But as long as you're giving your car the good, clean gasoline, your car will continue to run. But the moment you stop giving it the gasoline that it needs, it will start to deplete. It will start to, have deficiency of gas. And then eventually the day will come when there's no more gas left in the tank. And of course, the car will not move anymore because it has run out of gas. And so our bodies are the same way. Our bodies have a gasoline that they need to run on. And that gasoline are the 60 minerals, the 16 vitamins, the 12 amino acids, and the 3 essential fatty acids. So today we're going to be focusing on the minerals. Okay. And as I said, essential nutrients are called essential nutrients because, number one, our bodies can't manufacture them on our own. And we must consume them every day, either as food or as supplements. Second reason why they're called essential is because if we don't consume them every day, we're going to get, with 100% surety, not maybe, not possibly, not might, but if we don't consume these every day, we will get many horrible deficiency diseases, some of them life-threatening. And unfortunately, we've been sold a bill of goods to believe that these deficiency diseases are genetic in nature or are a normal part of aging, or just plain old bad luck. And truth be told, they're really just a nutritional deficiency. And as a health coach, I can tell you, I have seen nothing short of miraculous recoveries once we get the right amount of nutrition in people's body. It's amazing what your body will heal from, because your body was designed to heal. It's a healing machine. So the more complex the organism, the more nutrients it requires to function, right? So the human being, the body of the human being is a very complex thing. So the more complex the organism, the more nutrients it needs to thrive. Now, keep that in mind. And I want you to if for those of you who have babies, I want you to go and I want you to read the label of a can of infant formula and see how many minerals are in there. And then if you have a pet, I want you to go take the pet food and I want you to read how many minerals are in the pet food. Chances are there are over 40 minerals in the can of dog food, but about 12 in the infant formula. So that would suggest that dogs and cats are more complex than humans. And we know that that is ludicrous. But it goes back to a lack of knowledge, because most medical doctors have not been trained in nutrition. Let's face it, they've not been trained in nutrition. And nowadays, we see more and more where doctors are starting to embrace nutrition, but many of them still are adamant. They'll even say it doesn't work, and they're wrong. So there are over 77 minerals naturally occurring in the human body. 77. 60 of them are essential for health. But the fundamental problem is the difference between vitamins and minerals, and that is plants can manufacture vitamins, but they are dependent on the soil to get their minerals. And so plants can combine water and nutrients from the soil through a process that is called photosynthesis. And this is how they produce vitamins and amino acids. But minerals cannot be manufactured by the plant. So the minerals have to be present in the soil to be absorbed by the plant. And that's how the plant becomes mineral rich. Another thing you have to understand is that minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket across the face of the earth. Because you may say, well, Michelle, we can get everything we need from our foods. It should be naturally occurring in our foods. It should be, but it's not. Because minerals are not, they do not occur in a uniform blanket across the earth. In other words, the mineral content in your soil could be very different from the mineral content in my soil. Okay? So you have to understand this. They occur in veins like gold and silver and tend to accumulate in locations such as ancient riverbeds or glacial runoff where the soil from multiple times, eras, and locations have congregated. So some places are more mineral rich than others. You need to understand this. The problem that we face today is that our food is no longer grown in mineral-rich areas. So the soils from which our foods come have been significantly depleted of minerals. And large farms that have been growing crops for decades are now so depleted that the foods that come from the soil have very, very little minerals in them, hardly anything at all. And so this is why Dr. Joel Wallach says, if you think you can get all of your nutrients from your food alone, you're playing a fool's game. It's just impossible nowadays. Farmers really only replace what is necessary to make their crops grow. And so if they don't have to put all of these minerals back into the soil just to get the crop to grow, then they're not incentivized to do so. So you can have organic farmers that aren't adding pesticides, etc. But if that soil from which their food is growing is not mineral rich, then neither will the food that grows from it. So this means that if minerals are not found in our foods in sufficient quantities, we must supplement to maintain good health. So let's talk about the role of minerals. Minerals are like an electromagnetic spark for the body. Once again, we're going to be hearing in clips from pharmacist Ben Fuchs to explain the role of minerals in the body. So the first clip is about the fact that minerals are like batteries. Let's go to clip number 1, please.
You guys have heard of nickel batteries and lithium batteries and cadmium batteries. Minerals have an ability to store energy. They're electromagnetically active. In fact, if you take a bottle of minerals, liquid minerals, and put a voltage meter in the liquid minerals, and you shake it around, the voltage meter will go to the right. And when you drink liquid minerals, you're drinking electricity. And the liquid portion is the most important part to know, because you can't get minerals by eating stones. You can't go out into your garden and get some stones and eat the minerals, and eat the stones and get the minerals, even though stones are made of minerals. In order for minerals to be absorbed, they have to be chemically manipulated so they can be absorbed. And there's one thing in nature that has a God-given ability to take stones from the garden and turn them into minerals that are a vital component of our body's health. You know what that one thing is? Plants. Exactly. Plants have an ability to take something that's unusable and turn them into something usable. Even to this day, we call factories plants, because that's what a factory does. A factory, you say, I'm going off to the plant. A factory takes raw material and turns it into something that can be used. And that's what a plant does. And a plant has a miraculous ability to take stones and turn it into vital minerals. Now, when that plant dies, it leaves behind its minerals. and all its protein components and its fat components become dissolved and decayed and go off into the earth, and what's left behind is the minerals. And after years of plants dying and leaving behind the minerals, we can actually scoop up those minerals, put them in a liquid, stir them up, and make a liquid mineral drink that's loaded with miraculously transformed rocks that can now be utilized as electromagnetic minerals by the body. And that's what a colloidal mineral drink is. An ionic mineral drink is made up of minerals that have been left behind by plants and that can now be put into liquid and suspended in liquid and drank. And you're drinking the equivalent of a battery when you do that. Now, just like we have lithium batteries and nickel batteries and cadmium batteries, our body is made up of 90 plus mineral batteries. It doesn't just have 3, it doesn't just have 1, because we are electromagnetic systems. We're bioelectrical frequency systems. And we're run on electromagnetism that comes from different levels of frequency. Remember in the old days there were crystal radios? Do you guys remember crystal radios? Crystal radio was a radio that had a mineral in the middle of it, and you would turn the mineral and different frequencies would be conducted based on the angle of the mineral. The body is the same way, and each mineral conducts energy at a different frequency.
Okay, so our bodies are electromagnetic organisms, okay? So we definitely need the energy that the minerals provide to us in order to function effectively. And I am sorry, guys, I'm just saying messages that our first 10 minutes you guys couldn't hear us, so wow. Yeah, you get it. We're talking about minerals today, and what I would have said in that first 10 minutes is that essential nutrients are called essential because, number one, our bodies can't make them, and number two, if we don't supplement, if we don't get these essential nutrients, we'll get horrible deficiency diseases. Not may get, not it's a possibility that we might get, but we will certainly get horrible deficiency diseases if we do not supplement with these essential nutrients. And the more complex the organism, the more nutrients it requires. And so human beings, because of the complexity of our bodies, require much more nutrients than a dog or a cat. Yet, if you read the label of cat food or dog food, they're like 40 minerals compared to maybe 12 in infant formula. And so the point that I was making is that clearly there's something missing there. And over 77 minerals naturally occurring in the human body, 60 of which are essential for health. But our fundamental problem is that the soils have been so depleted of these minerals, and the only way that the plants, through photosynthesis, that's the only way that a plant is able to absorb the minerals from the soils. And so the problem is our soils have been so depleted over the years because of modern farming techniques that the foods that are growing from them are not as mineral rich as those of, say, my grandparents. When my grandmother worked the farm in Cat Island, the soil was much more mineral rich. And they did something back then that actually helped to replenish the minerals in the earth. And what they did back then was a technique called slash and burn. What does that mean? After they would have gotten the crops, they would actually slash the trees, and then burn the wood from the trees. And that would leave behind an ash. The ash that left behind is really minerals. Because once the tree died, it left behind its minerals. And so they would mix the ash back into the earth. And that way the earth continued to be mineral rich. Well, nobody does slash and burn anymore. And you've got all these modern day farming techniques that have resulted in very, very depleted soils. And so even if the foods that you are buying are organic, you have to understand that that does not mean that they are mineral rich. You have to supplement, especially if you are vegetarian or vegan, because the foods that you're eating aren't necessarily rich in minerals. And you need the minerals as one of the 7 strategies for overall health and well-being. And as we go through the show today, you are going to understand exactly how important these minerals are. Very, very important to health. And when we don't get these minerals in our system, trust me, your body starts to break down. And that degeneration of your body is what we call disease. So if you want to avoid disease, you need to get these minerals and vitamins and amino acids and essential fatty acids. If you want to reverse disease, and yes, you can, because your body's a healing machine, designed to heal, trying to heal, wants to heal, all it needs is the materials to do so. And so not only can you avoid degenerative diseases, but you can reverse them once you get the proper nutrition in your body. I have seen it time and time and time again. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be zoning in on chapter 7, which will be all about the minerals. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to start looking at specific types of minerals and how they benefit you and your health. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Glory 93.9 FM. We're chasing after God's glory.
Best dress, hats off, looking like I walked out of catalog. Everybody wanna know where I got it from. Catwalk, 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 boutique, where we make fashion statements. Catwalk, boutique, where we make fashion statements.
For the latest styles in women's clothing and accessories, visit Catwalk Boutique on Robinson Road East at the Hellron Plaza. At Catwalk Boutique, we make fashion statements.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Youngevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Glory 93.9 FM. I am your host, Michelle Malcolm, and it's all about the minerals today on this Wellness Wednesday. So I want you to grab a pen, take some notes, because what you're going to learn today is going to be life-changing, especially if you're battling some kind of mineral deficiency disease. This may be the answer to prayer for you today to get this information. Okay, so go ahead and like and share the show. Please let everybody know that GPS Wellness Wednesday is on the air. We're going to be talking about minerals today in the final chapter in the Book of Good Health. And if you know anybody who's battling any kind of non-communicable disease, such as blood sugar imbalances or blood pressure issues, or, I mean, you name it, it's all a degeneration of the body. A degeneration of the body, which leads to these diseases. And what causes a degeneration of the body? A lack of nutrients, mineral, vitamin, amino acid, essential fatty acid deficiencies that lead to your body just breaking down. And so we're going to be bringing you information today to help rebuild what has degenerated. And yes, it can happen. I've seen it. I see it every day. So we can't talk about minerals, 90 minerals in a 2-hour show. I would need a couple of weeks for that. So we're going to just talk about a few of them, some of the more important ones. And they're all important, but some we need more than others. The first thing you need to understand that there are what we call macro minerals and there are micro minerals. And they are both very, very important to your overall health needs. So macro minerals are minerals that you need in large quantities, like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, for example. These are what we call macro minerals. Micro minerals are what you need just a tiny trace amount, but they are equally as important as the macro minerals. So two of the macro minerals that we're going to talk about today work hand in hand with each other: calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium are very important to what we call the hard tissue category. And there are 4 categories of disease: hard tissue, soft tissue, blood sugar imbalances, and digestive disorders. Over 900 diseases fall into one of those 4 categories. And when you have a deficiency of calcium and magnesium, it impacts the hard tissues of your body. What do I mean by that? Bones, joints, cartilage, connective tissue, teeth, nails, etc. And it also impacts blood pressure. So whenever I come across a client and I see on their health evaluation a number that says they have a blood pressure issue, I know right away that's a hard tissue category, and they have a deficiency of calcium, magnesium, and also glucosamine and chondroitin. But we are now going to zone in on calcium and magnesium and the balance that they provide to the body. So let's go to clip number 2.
Zinc is critically important for the immune system. Zinc is critically important for the hormone system. Teenage boys, when they're making testosterone, will run deficient in zinc because zinc is involved in the manufacture of testosterone, male hormone. That's why teenage boys get acne, and zinc becomes a wonderful treatment for acne. Teenage boys are notoriously deficient in zinc. When zinc levels are low, our immune system is compromised. When the immune system...
I'm not sure what happened there, because that is the clip that's talking about zinc. Okay, so until I can figure out, let's focus on zinc. Zinc is, like he would have said, important to the immune system, and it is really an immune system booster. You've heard all about zinc during this COVID-19 situation around the world, and people are now all around the place trying to find zinc. Let's play that clip, and while I try to figure out what happened to my calcium clip.
Zinc is critically important for the immune system. Zinc is critically important for the hormone system. Teenage boys, when they're making testosterone, will run deficient in zinc because zinc is involved in the manufacture of testosterone, male hormone. That's why teenage boys get acne, and zinc becomes a wonderful treatment for acne. Teenage boys are notoriously deficient in zinc. When zinc levels are low, our immune system is compromised. When the immune system is compromised, you can take extra zinc to help support immunity. Zinc is involved in the manufacture of hydrochloric acid by the stomach, so zinc helps the digestive system. Zinc helps the thymus gland. Zinc is involved in mental function, and zinc can actually be used to treat schizophrenia and mental disease very successfully. Again, Dr. Carl Pfeiffer used to use zinc as a treatment for schizophrenia. So now you have 2 nutrients that you know of, vitamin B3 and zinc, that can be used to treat mental illness. Zinc is also critically involved in the formation of bone, along with magnesium. So we're all taking calcium to help with our bone. Now we know we need zinc and we need magnesium as well. We also need vitamin D for helping build bone.
Okay, I have to figure out the impasse between my producer and myself because I really wanted you guys to hear the clip as it relates to calcium and magnesium. Let me just check. Okay, so I think I mislabeled something. I got to figure out how to get the correct clip to him. Do me a favor, check the clip that's labeled zinc and see what that one is. That's the one about calcium? It's not? It's the same thing. Okay, so I made a mistake and I mislabeled the same thing twice. So I don't know if I will be able to pull up within time. I have to look for that clip. Yeah. So I have to look for the clip on calcium and magnesium, y'all. My apologies. I don't know how I did that. I apparently labeled one clip with two different names. So let me try and go to my website to see if I can figure out if I did in fact record the correct one somewhere. So zinc clearly is a very, very important mineral, as you would have just heard in that clip, that can help with your immune system. And I would like to think that, I think one of the reasons why we are not seeing zinc used more readily in this fight against COVID-19 is because it's all about, you can't patent zinc. I keep saying, people, that you really have to take your health into your own hands and start being responsible for educating yourself about what is needed to become healthier and to remain healthier, because I dare say that sometimes the establishment doesn't seem to always have your best interests at heart. That's just how it seems sometimes. So you really have to take responsibility for educating yourself. There's a mineral called boron that helps to build bone as well. But that's not all that it does. Boron is also involved in helping the hormone system of the body. And selenium is a big one. Selenium is an anti-cancer mineral, antiviral mineral. It helps with the insulin system of the body. Selenium is good for the brain, the heart, the eyes, the lung, the skin. Selenium is plays a very important part in the soft tissue category of the body. And the soft tissue category is, again, the brain, the heart, the eyes, the skin, the lungs, the organs. And when selenium is missing from the soils, then obviously it's missing from the foods. And you end up with all kinds of conditions that you can actually reverse. And we're going to be talking about them in a bit. But you need to understand that, again, the soils are really suffering from serious mineral deficiencies. They just don't have the amount of minerals in them that your body needs, that we should be getting in our foods. So let's go to clip number 4, talking about the mineral deficiency in the soils. Let's go to clip number 4, please.
Our minerals are supposed to be in our soils. Our minerals are supposed to be in our vegetables, and the vegetables are supposed to get it from our soils. That doesn't happen anymore because we don't use mineral-based fertilizers. We use NPK fertilizers, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Because NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is all a tomato needs to look like a tomato. So all our tomatoes at the grocery stores are made with NPK, but when you eat them, you don't get the magnesium, you don't get the selenium, you don't get the zinc, you don't get the minerals. You think you're doing great by eating salads every day, but the soils are deficient in the minerals, especially the key minerals that we need, like magnesium, selenium.
So folks, the key is for you to find a way to replenish the soil with the minerals that your body needs, especially if you're into like backyard gardening. I'm happy to say that Youngevity has an amazing product called Bloomin' Minerals. I would have shown you a couple of weeks ago a video that my pastor's wife took in her backyard of the amazing results she got growing cassava with her Bloomin' Minerals. And that's because once you put the minerals back into the soil and the plants, start to absorb those minerals, start to intake those minerals through photosynthesis, the plant will actually increase in yield and in flavor. It's amazing how that works. And so you will get, if you would have seen that video, it was a huge amount of, the cassava grew so long that one part of the cassava root was longer than her husband's leg. And she actually had him trying to lift it up, and he was saying, this is heavy. That's how big the thing grew. So it's a way to ensure that your family is getting the minerals that you need. The food that you grow will taste better. You'll get a much bigger yield, and it'll be nutritionally better for you because you will actually be absorbing the nutrients that your body needs through the foods. So it's a great way to add a layer of protection as it relates to ensuring that your body gets all of the nutrients that it needs. So here's what I'm going to do. I've just downloaded 2 clips with the calcium and magnesium. I'm going to put them both onto this drive, and then you can figure out which is the right one. Because I really want the audience today to understand to hear about the importance of both calcium and magnesium to the body. Calcium and magnesium are very important for the hard tissue category, like I said, which is your bone and joint matrix. And as you will hear once we do get this clip thing sorted out, they work in tandem with each other. It's almost like a balancing act. So you really do need both. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm still trying to copy it. Yeah, I'll let you know when it's ready. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and then hopefully one of them will be the correct clip, and we will be able to get that to you guys so that you can get this knowledge. Okay, Dalton. It's ready. So yeah, that's what we are going to do today. So again, you have to understand that minerals are what gives your body the electromagnetic spark that it needs to function. And so I want you to see minerals as little batteries that help your body to perform as it should. That's what minerals do. And so you want to make sure that you are getting the minerals in a way that they can be absorbed by the body. And this is a very important part of this conversation, because if you could just get minerals from their raw state, then you could just go outside and pick up some rocks and start eating them, and you'd get all the minerals you need. But it doesn't quite work that way. It has to be in a state that can be absorbed by the body. Let me know when you figured out which one it is, Dalton, and then we'll go there. It should be, and this is why a lot of times the people say all the time, well, I'm taking vitamins now, I'm taking minerals now, but yet they're still sick. And so I always say to them, if what you're doing is working, why are you still sick? And that is because many of the minerals and vitamins that you're buying over the counter, guess what, y'all? They have been made by Big Pharma. A lot of companies like Bayer, for instance, produces a line of vitamins. And the unfortunate thing is those vitamins are made from minerals in their raw state. And that means that your body cannot absorb it. Your body can't break it down because it's made from a mineral in its raw state. So in other words, they go and they get rocks and they crush them up and they say, okay, see, we got all the minerals out of the rock. It don't quite work that way, y'all. And so you're taking these vitamins and minerals and your body can't break it down. And so it's just passing straight through your system. And you're not absorbing what you think you are. So when you are looking at vitamins and minerals, it's not about what's on the label. You ready? You found the right one? Cool. It's not about what's on the label. It's about what your body can absorb from minerals in their raw state. Your body can't break it down. Otherwise, we'd all be outside eating rocks. So we have the clip ready now about calcium and magnesium. Let's go to that, and then we'll come back to talk about the form that minerals should be in order for it to be absorbed.
Calcium is a critical nutrient for the electromagnetic system of the body, for the muscles of the body. Muscles can't contract without calcium. Nerves can't fire without calcium. Sometimes when our hearts get too active because of too much stress, doctors will decide they want to slow up the heart because the heart is too active from too much stress. And the best way that they know of today to slow up the heart is by blocking calcium from getting to the heart. So we have a drug that's called a calcium channel blocker. Calcium channel blockers are the medical way of slowing up the heart. Well, yeah, they'll slow up the heart, but they'll slow up the heart by drugging the heart. And that's why calcium channel blockers are such deadly, deadly drugs. In fact, calcium channel blockers cause more heart disease than they help. And it's a serious problem. You don't want to drug the heart. If your heart is working too fast because of too much stress, there's other strategies that you want to employ before you drug the heart. You don't want to block the system from absorbing and utilizing a vital nutrient like calcium. But calcium lives in balance with something called magnesium. In fact, magnesium is nature's natural calcium channel blocker. Magnesium naturally blocks calcium, and it's just as important for the heart as calcium is. In fact, if you have a heart attack and you're being wheeled into the emergency room, guess what they stick right in your heart? Magnesium. Because magnesium relaxes tissue. It opens things up. Magnesium makes a great laxative for that reason. If you're not regular, take more magnesium. Magnesium helps with migraine headaches. Magnesium helps with the symptoms of PMS. When women bleed, they lose magnesium because magnesium is found in the blood. When women lose magnesium, they get migraine headaches. That's what happens when you have magnesium deficiencies. In our culture today, we have one food that's very, very rich in magnesium. And it's the food that all women crave when they're bleeding. And it's called chocolate. Chocolate is one of our richest sources of magnesium. By the way, magnesium is green. So whenever you see green, that's magnesium. Green foods are rich in magnesium. The chlorophyll molecule has a little piece of magnesium right in the middle of it. And that's what makes green foods and green vegetables green. It's magnesium. So if you want to know foods that have magnesium, go for the green. And chocolate is also rich in iron, which is dark red. Chocolate gets its brown color partially from the green of magnesium. If you look at really, really dark green, it almost looks brown.
All right, y'all understand now why I really wanted y'all to hear that, right? Because particularly those of you who are being told that you need to be put on a calcium channel blocker. And listen, folks, here's the important thing you need to remember. If there's a way that you can deal with the systems or the degeneration naturally, as opposed to going the synthetic route or the pharmaceutical route, go the natural route, people. Go the natural route. Because what the synthetic route does, what the pharmaceutical route does, is it blocks systems of the body. And what the natural route does is it helps the body to start functioning again as it should. So one system will actually block your body's, okay, let's use the thyroid as an example. When you go on a thyroid medication, did you know that actually stops your thyroid from working so that it can replace what your thyroid is supposed to do synthetically? Did you know that? Whereas with the right nutrition, your thyroid can actually start functioning again as it should. But this is what pharmaceuticals do. They block your body's ability to perform so that they could do the performing for you. But if you could find a way to naturally get your body to perform as it should, then why wouldn't you? one of the things that never ceases to amaze me is when I hear people say, oh, I'm a well-managed diabetic. Oh, I'm a well-managed hypertensive patient. And they're proud of this. And I ask them all the time, would you rather manage an illness or reverse it? I don't get that. But we have been sold such a bill of goods. We have been so brainwashed into thinking that the body can't heal itself. And, oh, I need this doctor's medication. When truth be told, that's not helping you to heal. All it's doing is managing your illness. So if you had a choice between managing an illness or reversing an illness, naturally, which one makes more sense? Because you're going to get side effects from all that medication going into your system. It's going to probably mess with your liver. And, you know, this is no secret that you hear the commercials on TV. They have all the smiling people running through the fields of lilies and talking about the wonderful things that this drug is going to do. And then at the end of the commercial, you hear side effects include. And they run on almost as long as the commercial itself, telling you about all these awful side effects. They, by law, have to tell you about the side effects. So my thing is, why would you want to go that route? If there was a way to deal with this thing naturally, why do you want to go the route of something that will only manage your illness? It doesn't make sense. But this is what we do. This is what we do. So you have to understand, people, that if you get these minerals into your body, the 60 minerals, and these are the essential minerals I'm talking about, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. You will see your body do remarkable, miraculous things. I see Siobhan is asking the question, is there a supplier, Siobhan? Okay, is there a supplier in the U.S. for this product? Yes, it's actually manufactured in the United States, Siobhan. If you go, you're on Facebook now, so look at the top of my Facebook page where you're watching this show, and you will see pinned to the top of the page health evaluation that you can fill out. And once you fill that out, we will then set up an appointment and look at your needs and then tell you what nutrients your body needs based on your symptoms. Because that's all symptoms are. Symptoms are just your body's way of talking to you and telling you, hello, I need something here. Please go out and get that for me. I'm degenerating. That's all a symptom is. All diseases, all non-communicable diseases are really just the body degenerating. They have different names depending on which part of the body it is. But they all boil down to one thing, a degeneration of the body. And so those symptoms are just telling you, hello, I'm degenerating. And, you know, human beings are strange because I come across people who, they have all these issues. Let's use the hard tissue category as an example. We see where they're losing cartilage, they have high blood pressure issues, all the various signs of a hard tissue deficiency. And then they will say things like, well, I want to continue taking therapy. I'm doing therapy on my back for the pain, and I'll just do that. Okay, so the therapy might help you to deal with the pain, but it doesn't stop your body from degenerating. It doesn't get to the cause, the root cause of the problem. So you may be dealing with your back with the therapy, but your body's still degenerating. So you having therapy on your back is not going to solve the high blood pressure problem. It's not going to solve the tooth decay. It's not going to solve, you understand what I'm trying to say? So do the therapy, but get the nutrition in your body. You have to understand that this is all about degeneration, people. And the only way to stop degeneration and reverse it is with nutrition. And I think some people go into denial. Like, I really don't think I want to, I don't think I need to do that. Well, okay. But while you're thinking about it, your body's still degenerating. While you're in denial, your body's still degenerating. And so it just makes sense to give your body what it needs to function. And if you are buying over-the-counter vitamins and you still having these issues, then clearly what you're doing ain't working. And I want to encourage you to do some research about who manufactures the vitamins that you're buying over the counter. You'd be shocked that a lot of them are manufactured by big pharma. And they are made from minerals in their raw state. And this is why, even though the label says 1,000 milligrams, you at most are getting about 12% of that. At most. And if your gut is damaged, you're getting even less. So we really need to understand the difference in the types of minerals that you're taking, because not all are created equal. So Janet is asking, what if we don't have symptoms and just want to take supplements to prevent the conditions? Is this one product we can take to get all the 90? Yes, we have a pack of products that will give you all 90 nutrients. Because quite frankly, if you had to go into the store and buy all of these individual nutrients individually, man, you better take some land paper money in there. That would cost a lot of money. Luckily, the company that with which I'm affiliated, they have, like, in 3 products you get all 90 nutrients. 2 or 3 products, all 90 nutrients. And I've seen remarkable things happen. Remarkable things. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the form of minerals that you need to be taking, because again, if you're buying stuff out of the pharmacy and you ain't seeing no results, that's because your body ain't breaking that down. Boo, are just passing through your system. So we need something that your body can assimilate. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is GPS on a Wellness Wednesday. We're talking minerals today in the final chapter of the 7 strategies for healthy living.
Located on Carmichael Road, Divine Designs Hair Boutique is a haven for women and men looking for professional beauty services. Our state-of-the-art and contemporary equipment creates a relaxing ambiance for you to enjoy while we cater to you. Need a hairstylist? We cater to all types and textures of hair for care and styling. We even have a barber on duty. Need a nail tech? Our technicians provide a range of nail services, including the latest trends. Unwind in one of our massage chairs while you get your pedicure. With our reasonable rates, friendly staff, and over 20 years of experience, you will be in great hands. Call us at 823-1669 or 698-1025 to schedule your appointment. Wanna be pampered? Wanna be slayed? Let Divine Designs make your day.
Looking for an extraordinary junior high school with caring, qualified staff and affordable tuition? Then come visit us at Elite School of Excellence, an affiliate of First Step Academy. ABECA focused and Ministry of Education approved, we foster discipline, integrity, and wisdom while molding our students for success. Call us at 341-8846 or stop by First Step Academy schools on Fire Trail and Soldy Roads for more information.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
Escape from the city life to Bacon Air Beach Resort in Pirateswell, Mayaguana. Relax in one of 16 air-conditioned rooms just steps away from the ocean. Enjoy scrumptious dishes in our waterfront dining room. Sip on a tropical cocktail, or if you must, stay connected with wireless internet. Nestled on one of the most beautiful beaches in the Bahamas, Bacon Air Beach Resort offers a unique vacation experience. For reservations, call 339-3726 or 463-0182.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Glory 93.9 FM. I am your host, Michelle Malcolm, and I want you guys to make sure that you like and share this show on this Wellness Wednesday, especially if you know anyone who is battling a non-communicable disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, lupus, heart disease, arthritis, you name it. It's all degeneration of the body, people, all of it. Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, all just degeneration of the brain and different part of the brain, but it's all degeneration. And I can tell you that if you give your body the material it needs to function, your body was designed to heal. It wants to heal. It's trying to heal. It will heal itself if you give it the raw material it needs to do so. What is that raw material? What are those raw materials? 60 minerals, and that's what we're focusing on today, the minerals. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. If you give your body those building blocks, I'm telling you, people, you will see some remarkable things happen. I always say that as holistic health coaches, we are in the business of shortening prayer lists because a lot of people out there are praying for healing. And really, the Lord has already provided the answer for them. They just don't know where to look. And so that's where we come in. We show you where to look. We identify those nutrients that your body needs. And once you put those nutrients in your body's like, well, hallelujah, praise the Lord. And it starts to function again the way it was designed to function. I have seen this time and time and time again. So today on this final chapter in this book of 7 strategies of how to become healthier. We are focusing specifically on minerals. That is our focus today. And prior to the break, I was explaining to you why you may be going to the store and buying all of these vitamins and minerals, and you still ain't getting no better. And then you telling people vitamins and minerals don't work. Well, it's not that they don't work. It's just that you ain't taking the right ones. Most likely, the ones that you are taking were made from minerals in their raw state. And that is very, very difficult for your body to absorb, to break down. So what you're looking for is you're looking for the minerals that are as much as possible in liquid form wherever possible. You have to understand that, when you get the nutrition through your plants, this is wonderful. This is the best way to get it because this is how your body can break it down. But if you're not getting it through the plants, which we know we're not in adequate measure, then you have to supplement. You have to supplement. And the best way to do this is to find it in a form that is easy to be absorbed by your body, that can easily get into your cells. So let's go to clip number 5, because again, the importance of this is that these minerals, vitamins, amino acids, essential fatty acids need to be in the right form, which should be liquid whenever possible. Let's go to clip number 5.
You want to drink as much of your nutrients as possible. Remember, the less you eat, the healthier you will be. The more nutrients you get in a liquid format, the easier it will be on the digestive system. The more nutrients you get that are pre-digested, either in a liquid supplement drink or even with just a blender, the easier it will be on the digestive system. The more liquid minerals you drink, or liquid nutrients that you drink, the easier it will be on the pancreas. Remember, the pancreas is overloaded today because of insulin and excess sugar. The best thing you could do if you're diabetic or pre-diabetes or have diabetes in the family is drink as much nutrients as possible so your pancreas doesn't have to work as much. One of the best health strategies you can employ in your life is simply to chew your food. The more you chew your food, the less the enzyme system will have to work in the body. The more enzymes that are activated in the mouth on your food, the less your pancreas will have to work. The more you chew your food, the more enzymes can work in building tissue and fighting disease, because your digestive enzymes are the same enzymes that fight disease. If your enzymes are diverted into digesting food because of incorrect eating practices, the more enzymes will be diverted from metabolic processes. That's why digestive enzymes are a great overall health supplement, not just for digestion.
Who knew? So I'm sure a lot of us are guilty of not chewing our food enough. Somebody once told me that you should chew everything you eat for like 30 times before you swallow it. I know I'm guilty of that. I don't chew my food enough. But again, the body is a really intelligent system, and that the whole process of chewing it, like he just mentioned, the enzymes and the saliva helps to, get it prepared to go into the stomach. It's all this brilliant system that we are circumventing when we don't chew enough foods, when we don't get the nutrients in liquid form, when we are getting it in a raw state. Our body is like, I don't know what to do with this. I can't break this down. And so we have to find the right source of these minerals. We have to find the right source. Because once you do, then you will definitely see a difference in terms of your body's reaction to it. What is this you guys are asking? I see something here. Let me see what that says. Alex, it says Alex. Gino is saying Alex Curry was about to ask the same as I eat it daily. What do you eat daily? I'm missing something. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, the importance is that we have to understand that when you aren't getting these nutrients, trust me, you may not think it's a big deal, but your body knows it's a big deal because it's essential, because you need it in order for you to be healthier. You have to get these nutrients in your body. So, what are some of the early warning signs of a mineral deficiency? Now, we're going to switch gears, and the next two clips that you hear will actually be from Dr. Joel Wallach, who will be talking about some of the dangers of deficiency. What are some of the early warning signs of nutritional deficiencies? Now, this one is going to surprise a lot of people, but it's the absolute truth. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. Early warning sign number 1, white, gray, or silver hair. White, gray, or silver hair. That is one of the early warning signs of a mineral deficiency. Now, I know some of y'all are rolling your eyes and saying, yeah, Michelle, you off your rocker today. Graying hair is just a sign of aging. It's a normal part of aging. No, it's not. People get gray hair as they get older, yes. But that's because they're mineral deficient. And when their bodies aren't getting the minerals, then their hair turns white, gray. And if you put the right amount of minerals in your body, if a person who has already started to gray, would you believe the hair turns back to its normal color? It does. So a sure sign that you have a mineral deficiency is when you start to go gray. And yeah, most people who are older start to go gray because most people who are older are mineral deficient. If you give your body the mineral it needs, your hair will go back to its normal color. The specific mineral that is needed to turn your hair color back without dye, and sorry to all of the hairdressers who make good money off of the dyes, my apologies, but the specific mineral that you need to get your hair color back to its natural color is copper. Copper. Now, I'm not telling you to go raid somebody copper and then start sucking on it. It don't work like that. But copper is what your body needs in adequate amounts for your hair color to go back normal. Now, you may say, oh, Michelle, but gray hair runs in my family. That's fine, but that means that your family is all deficient in copper. That's all it means. That's all it means. But early graying is a sign of a nutritional deficiency. It's a sign of a copper deficiency. Now, I'm not saying that to be offensive to anybody who has gray hair. Gray hair can be beautiful. I'm not talking about this from an aesthetic standpoint, because I love some people with gray hair. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But this isn't about aesthetics. This is about health. And if you have a head full of white hair, and I could think of some people right now. I saw our Minister of Tourism the other day. He visited my church this past Sunday. And I sat directly behind him, and I was like, oh my God, his hair, white, like snow. He has a serious deficiency. He has a copper deficiency. And if he gets the nutrients back into his body, his hair color will go back to normal, back to its regular color, without dye. Again, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody who may have gray hair, so please don't take offense. Okay? I'm just giving you information. What you do with it is on you. But know that that is a nutritional deficiency. Now, what happens if you don't pay attention to it? I want you to think of some famous folks who had very head full of white hair. One comes to mind immediately. His name is Albert Einstein. Whatever picture you see of Einstein, head full of white hair. Remember the crazy hair he had? All white. Albert Einstein died from an aneurysm. which is directly related to a copper deficiency. So it's no coincidence that he died the way he died, and he had a head full of white hair. I'm not wishing an aneurysm on anybody with graying hair. Please, people, don't get angry at me for bringing you the knowledge. I'm not trying to wish anything on you. I'm just giving you information. What you do with it is on you. Now, the company with which I'm affiliated, Longevity, they have their copper. The copper is infused in our selenium product. And I, for the most part, take selenium on a regular basis. And every now and again, I fall off. Like right now, I'm in the midst of a fall off period. I got to get me some selenium. Because not long after I stopped taking my selenium, I start to see the gray hairs popping out. I don't dye my hair, people. Okay? And you can see the color for yourself. And by the way, kudos to Sonia for this cute hairstyle today. She decided to do something a little different. Sonia at JD Edwards Salon. But you can see, right? I don't dye my hair. Now, I'm in one of them fall off periods when I haven't taken my selenium now in about a week, 2 weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if I start to see the little grays popping out. They start to come back. Because I'm not giving my body what it needs to stop the gray hair. And whenever in my fall off period, and I start to notice the gray, and I'm like, girl, you better try hard, go get some of your selenium. And I dash, and I go and I water my selenium, and I start taking it, and the gray goes away. Okay, so it's not a normal part of aging. It's not genetic. It's a simple mineral deficiency. And if you give your body what it needs, your hair color without dye will go back to its regular self. I'm telling you, you just need nutrients. Again, I ain't trying to insult nobody with gray hair. Okay? Please don't take it the wrong way. But it is what it is. And I'm just trying to give you the knowledge. What you do with it is up to you. A lot of people say, well, I like my gray hair. Okay, that's fine. But at least now you have the information as to what that gray hair means as it relates to your health. Because it's not just about aesthetics. Okay? So that's one of the early warning signs that you have a mineral deficiency. Another early warning sign, liver spots. Or age spots, liver spots. This is a great way for you to know that you're missing something. I want you all to understand that your body will stay young for a very, very long time if you give it what it needs, if you don't do any damaging stuff to it, and if you give it what it needs to function. Namely, the nutrients, yes. Exercise, yes. I came across a video last night of somebody by the name of Chef Babette. She's done her rounds on a couple of shows in the United States. Chef Babette. The woman is 70 years old and looked like she's 35. No joke. I watched that and I was like, well, blow me down. Now, she doesn't eat any meat products. She's vegetarian. She obviously exercises because you could see the fitness. But you could see that this woman is getting a very healthy diet. She looks 35. And the woman's 70. So if these things were a normal part of aging, then everybody would be looking old as they got older. But some people look so much better. I see some of my schoolmates. I'm sorry, guys. Some of my schoolmates, because they're not taking care of themselves, they looking old. And you don't have to. Your body is designed to heal and be well and thrive if you give it what it needs to function. When you see somebody old and broken down, that is pure neglect. That's all that is. Not giving, not giving their bodies what it needs to function. That's all that is. When you have a degenerative disease, that is because you're not giving your body what it needs to function. That, and there could be other problems like toxins that could cause that as well. Because I have to tell you, when I was being exposed to toxic mold, that thing was aging me like crazy. That was aging me like crazy. And it wasn't until I got out of that toxic environment and started to heal my body with nutrition that I started to reverse some of that premature aging. Okay? Alex, you're asking where can you get the products? Just go to, they have to be ordered through an associate of the company. So go to the top of my Facebook page. Again, I have a health evaluation there. I encourage you to fill that out. And then once you submit that, the results will go to you and the results will come to me. And then I will contact you and we can do a consultation. Because here's what is important for you to understand. We don't believe in throwing products at people willy-nilly. It is very personalized. Everybody needs 90 nutrients, yes. So no matter what your health score is, that's the gasoline for the car. People ask me all the time, well, how long I got to be on these 90 nutrients? I say, well, how long you got to put gas in your car? That's the gas for your car. So everybody needs to be on the 90. But your specific needs above and beyond that depend on you and what your body is saying to you. So no one glove fits all. And so it's a very personalized, individualized thing, depending on what your body is saying to you. And this is why we don't just throw products at people without them doing a health evaluation first. That health evaluation is critical to the process because that helps us to identify what you specifically need. Okay? So, liver spots, like I said, is another sign of an early warning sign of a mineral deficiency. Here's another one. Eye twitching or cramps. Mineral deficiency, eye twitching or cramps. Dr. Joel Wallach, who on whose protocol we were trained in the Institute of Holistic Health, he always tells his story. As a boy, he had what is now known as Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome, where he would get these weird twitches in his eye and make these involuntary grunting noises, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And his mother took him to the doctor, and the doctor couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. So the doctor said, well, you know, he has long eyelashes, and his eyelashes are probably hitting his glasses and turning backward into his eyes, and that's what's causing him to have these eye twitches. And like he said, he was a boy, and he knew that was foolishness. He knew that couldn't be true because that didn't explain away the grunting. He used to make these weird grunting noises. So as a boy, 9 years old, he decided to do his own research. He goes into the library at his school the next day, and he's searching, couldn't find anything about eyes or twitching. So then he decides to look up cramps. And he comes across information that says to get rid of cramps, you need calcium. So he grew up on a farm, and one of his jobs as a boy on the farm was to feed the animals. And he remembered reading on the animal food package on the bag that these pellets that they used to feed, these alfalfa pellets that they used to feed their animals, were rich in calcium. So he thought, okay, if calcium gets rid of muscle cramps, then I'm going to try taking some calcium. So the next day, he throws his Cheerios out to the chickens to eat, and he loads up his bowl with some of those alfalfa pellets that they feed the animals, pours milk, and starts to eat it. His mother's like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? His mother tried to stop him, but his dad was like, well, let him try it. What's it going to hurt? Let him try it. Within 3 days of eating those alfalfa pellets enriched with calcium, his Tourette's syndrome was gone. 3 days. And so he figured out at the age of 9, wait a minute now, there seems to be a connection between nutrition and reversing the disease. And like he said, as farmers, they had to figure out a way to keep their animals healthy, because no farmer can afford to buy medical insurance for their animals. Otherwise, your burger would cost you $100. So what they started doing was they started mixing up all these minerals, vitamins, etc., into the animal food. And lo and behold, they started to reverse illness in the animals. Many of the ailments that humans are still battling with, they learned to heal animals decades ago with nutrition, because they can't afford medical insurance for their animals. So they feed them all these nutritious stuff, and the animals reverse disease. Meanwhile, we humans, who are supposed to be the advanced ones, still battling these same conditions that they healed in animals decades ago, because we don't embrace nutrition. So if you're having eye twitches and cramps, that's a clear sign that you have a mineral deficiency. Dr. Wallach, at the age of 9, was able to heal himself from Tourette syndrome simply by getting calcium into his diet. Another sign that you have a mineral deficiency: blood sugar imbalances. Whether low blood sugar or high blood sugar levels, it's a sign that you have a nutritional deficiency. So I have clients who were on insulin for years, can't get their blood sugar numbers down. And we put them on the nutrition, because there are 2 minerals that manage your blood sugar levels, 2, in addition to all the 90. There are 2 in particular that your body needs to regulate your blood sugar levels. So we get these minerals in her body. One day after she starts the program, she sends me a photograph of her blood sugar reading. And the note was, "Michelle, I have not seen my blood sugar level this low in years on insulin. And this is after just 1 day." This is what she says in the note she sends to me. A couple of days later, she sends me another photograph. Numbers come down even more. A couple of days later, she sends me another photograph. Number down even more. On the 4th photograph she sends me, she says, I'm in disbelief. I cannot believe this. She says, "I think my doctor is going to have to decrease my insulin." And my response to her was, "My dear, if you continue on this program, your doctor will have to take you off of the insulin." All because we introduced into her body the nutrients that it was starving for. The first day she saw a difference. And like she said, my numbers have not been this low in years. I have another client who, I think he called the show last week, been on high blood pressure medication for 40 years. 40 years. 2 weeks of nutrition, getting adequate minerals, vitamins, etc. in his body. 2 weeks, and his pressure is at normal level. After 40 years on medication. Your body was designed to heal, people. Wants to heal, trying to heal. We just got to help it do so. Okay, one more sign that you have mineral deficiency, and we're going to take a break and then we're going to go deeper into this, is cravings. Your body craving something is its way of telling you that you have a deficiency. So let's take this break and we'll talk more about that on the other side. Stay with us. This is a Wellness Wednesday on GPS You're listening to Glory 93.9 FM.
Ocean blue is the best in seafood, hey. Fresh out the water and affordable too, yeah. We got fish, conch, lobster, shrimp, everything you want. Ocean blue got it. Ocean blue, friendly and clean, best service you ever seen. Ocean blue is the best in seafood, yeah. Fresh out the water and affordable too, yeah. Ocean blue seafood, we are here for you. Ocean blue seafood, no one else will do. Ocean Blue Seafood, located on Burnett Road. Contact us at 393-2160.
At the Shirley Street Plaza, you'll find Le Petit Gourmet, a small cafe that's big on flavor. Handcrafted delights made with love will not only please your palate, but feed your soul. Call us at 394-1251. 8 to 12 minutes is all it takes for a burglar to rob your home or business. Security Systems International provides professional and affordable solutions for both. Call 396-5000 for your customized quote. Gwen's Alterations provides professional services for all your tailoring needs, including face masks to keep you safe and in style. A stitch in time saves 9. So call us today at 393-6227.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all. Schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
And welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Glory 93.9 FM. I am your host, Michelle Malcolm. It's a Wellness Wednesday, and this is the final in a series of shows that we've been doing on the 7 strategies for healthy living. And in the 7 chapters, we have been talking about all of the various strategies that you desperately need in order to maintain good health. And today's focus is on chapter 7, which is minerals. Now, a couple of you are asking about sea moss, I see. Sea moss is good. You can't go wrong with sea moss. I don't know that sea moss contains everything that you need, though. And so in addition to the sea moss, I would recommend that you also do our 90 for Life program, because we know for sure what you're getting in the 90 for Life. So sea moss is good. And especially you got to know who you're getting it from. Make sure that the source that you're getting your sea moss from is a reputable source. I will leave it at that. But sea moss is a good thing. But like I said, it wouldn't hurt to do both, because I'm not sure that you're getting everything that you need from the sea moss. Okay. But I can swear for the 90 for Life program, because that's what I do. That's what I am. That's what I take. Okay. We have a caller on the line. So let's take this call. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Pleasant good afternoon.
Same to you.
Again, you look smashing.
Thank you.
And the ladies who might be a little offended because Amos will call and say things like that, I have to. You, the host of the show, is a female, and she's always gorgeous. From I know her over 30, 40 years now. Okay, so with that being said, I only call just to simply alert you publicly to let you know to expect a call from me as relates to getting information on how I can get on the program.
Okay.
The 90 for Life.
Yeah.
Michelle, let me tell you why I believe in what you're saying. The kind of character you have, and this country know you, everyone, the world know you have for, it's priceless. I mean, it's just priceless. And what you stand for, your honesty, your integrity, your truthfulness, that I trust. Good day.
Thank you for calling, Amos.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'll wait to hear from you. Thanks. Jacqueline Maynard, who is one of the health coaches on our team. Thanks for reminding me of this, Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, Michelle, Z Radical, CMOS. Yes, we have a product line called Z Radical, which is made from the fucoidan, which is from the CMOS. Listen, that thing is so powerful. It will help to heal your thyroid. They say it helped to regrow people who had receding gums. That Z Radical ain't no joke. And that is one of the things that I take on a regular basis. In addition to the 90, I'm also, and it tastes really good, but I also do our Z Radical because it is a very high grade of the fucoidan, which is what is the active ingredient in the CMOS that helps to make things better and help you to stay healthier. So yes, thank you for reminding me, Jacqueline, about the Z Radical that we have. It is a very powerful product, very, very powerful product, and I swear by it. I don't let that's one of the things I don't like to run out of because I know the good that it's doing my body. Okay, so Marina is asking about sickle cell disease. Marina, I want you to fill out that health evaluation, and then we'll do one-on-one consultation. And maybe I'll do a show specifically on sickle cell disease. But the problem with that is that during pregnancy, the mother didn't get sufficient nutrients, and so the child ends up with sickle cell disease. So that would require a lot more than just me giving you a quick answer. It is something that can be managed well with nutrition. It really help you to do a lot better with nutrition, but it goes back to what would have taken place, while you were in your mother's womb. So there are certain things, for instance, like type 1 diabetes, that because that again goes back to what took place in your mother's womb. All nutrition can do for type 1 diabetes is to, lessen your symptoms, but that's not something that will go away. Type 2, different. Type 2 is, you can fix that easily. But type 1, the problem stems from what happened in your mother's womb. So while your body was developing, your mother wasn't getting sufficient nutrients, and therefore neither were you. And that is what led to that condition. Okay. Prior to the break, I was talking about the signs that you have a mineral deficiency, and one clear sign is cravings. Cravings is a sign, and it's the most common sign of nutritional deficiencies, because I want you to imagine that your body is like a computer that is constantly scanning for these 90 nutrients, because that's what it needs to function. And so when it scans and it sees that you don't have sufficient chromium or vanadium, it tells you, we need something sweet. Go find me something sweet to eat, please, because we're short of chromium and vanadium. So now you start craving sweets and carbs, because remember now, from an earlier show in the series, carbs are pretty much sugar, turn into sugar in your body. So when you're not getting sufficient healthy fats, sufficient EFAs, your body says, it scans, looks for it, it doesn't find it, it sends you to go eat French fries and fried foods. You get cravings for fried foods. Why? Because you're not giving your body sufficient of the healthy fats. So it sends you to look for stuff to eat to try to fix that problem. So cravings is the most common sign that you have a nutritional deficiency. Let's go to clip number 6.
In 1975, the U.S. Department of Agriculture said 95% of all Americans, regardless of age, are minerally deficient. And the most universal symptom of this mineral deficiency is pica and cribbing. These are our cravings and binge eating habits. And the snack food industry has convinced people when you have these cravings and you have these binge eating habits and behaviors is because you need their chips and dips and candies and chocolate and soft drinks and so forth. In fact, your body is screaming for minerals. And all you have to do is supplement with minerals, and this binge eating habits go away. Now, farmers know about this. They see animals chewing on fences and half doors in the barn. These animals will be chewing on wire and nails and the paint off the barn. A good farmer or rancher will give those animals some minerals to save on veterinary bills, to save the animal's life, and to prevent having to rebuild the fence. Little children, little toddlers will also get pica and cribbing, and I know you've seen them eating dirt and sand and handfuls of dirt out of the houseplants. In the extreme, they may even eat the Tootsie Rolls out of the kitty litter box. They might eat the lead paint or the caulking from around the windows. This is because they're minerally deficient and they're craving things. They're going to stick a lot of things in their mouth trying to identify what they need. Pregnant women are legendary for having pica and cribbing. As the embryo develops, it steals minerals from the mother. It steals minerals from the mother to develop. And if she's not supplementing with minerals faster than the embryo is taking them from her, she's going to develop pica and cribbing. And she's going to want pickles and ice cream, usually at 2 o'clock in the morning. She's going to want pickles and ice cream. She's going to want chocolate, curly French fries. She may go out in a moonlit night out in the backyard with a spoon and eat clay. This is because the embryo is taking minerals from her faster than she is taking them in. Teenagers are legendary at having pica and cribbing. Adult non-pregnant women and adult men also get pica and cribbing, and this is because they're minerally deficient. And again, their bodies are screaming for minerals. Don't forget, 95% of all Americans are minerally deficient, and only you can consciously take in those 60 essential minerals. Remember, 10 deficiency diseases times 60 essential minerals is 600 diseases that are preventable with proper mineral supplementation. And the way to do it is by using the plant-derived colloidal minerals, which are up to 98% available to you, as opposed to inorganically bound minerals, which are ground-up rocks. These are only 3 to 5% available to an adult, and the best way for human beings and animals to take in, the way we're designed to do it, is in the plant-derived colloidal form. We are not designed to eat up mineral supplements. We are not designed to consume minerals as ground-up rocks in any way, shape, or form. We're designed to get our minerals by eating grains, vegetables, fruits, and nuts. The way it's supposed to be in the big scheme of things is that our food plants, our grains, vegetables, fruits, and nuts, take minerals out of the soil, the inorganic minerals out of the soil, convert them to colloidal minerals for their own use, and then we eat these grains, vegetables, fruits, and nuts, and that's how we're designed to get our minerals.
You got that? That was, by the way, vintage Joel Wallach. That's when he was quite a bit younger. Dr. Wallach is now 80, I think, 80, 82, thereabouts. Still in great shape, still, traveling the world. Well, COVID has slowed that down a bit, but whenever he can, traveling the world, lecturing about exactly what we're talking about today, the importance of vitamins and minerals, amino acids, essential fatty acids to your health. This man is still going strong. So you have to understand, when you're craving something, that's because your body is crying out for minerals, crying out for what it needs to function. And this is your body's way of telling you, hello, give me what I need, please. It's doing that scanning thing. Remember, I talked about the computer, scanning, always looking for those 90 nutrients, always looking for it. And when it can't find it, it sends you to go eat certain foods in its effort to get these nutrients into your body. And then you eat these foods, it scans again, and it realizes, okay, you just ate some French fries, but that still didn't give me the healthy fats I need. So it sends you back to go find something else fatty. And so then you go eat some fried chicken. And it scans again. And it still didn't find the 90 nutrients it needs. So it sends you back again. And so now you go eat some conch fritters. And it scans again. Y'all get the picture, right? I don't have to keep going, right? You understand what I'm trying to tell you. So I wonder if you hear by what I just said what that could lead to. Let me see which one of y'all out there can go to the front of the class, ahead of the class, to figure out what that will lead to. If your body is scanning for these things, and it keeps sending you to eat all these things, looking for these nutrients, and because you don't find it, short while again, you have these cravings again, and you go out and you look for it again. So Sheldon, sweetie, top of the class. Obesity. Sheldon, you get an A. You're exactly right. Obesity. Because your body is constantly scanning for these nutrients. Can't find it. Keeps sending you to go eat foods to find these nutrients. And you're eating this food, and you're not getting the nutrients you need, and it sends you back. That, among other things, and I will discuss the other things as well because it's important to note, will lead to weight gain, obesity. Now, what are the other things? It's important for me to point this out. A toxin like mold will cause you to gain weight like crazy. Okay? But if you are not in a moldy environment, and let me explain why that happens, because your body is trying to protect itself for survival all the time. And when you are in a toxic environment like mold, when that mold enters into your body, it gets in through your nose, through your eyes, through your ears, through your mouth. It starts to colonate your body. Your body has to find a place to store that toxin. And so it creates storage containers. We call those storage containers fat cells. So the more toxins you're breathing in, the more toxins you're taking in, the more weight you gain uncontrollably because your body is simply trying to find a place to put all these toxins. That's another show. So that's one of the reasons why you could gain excessive weight. Having a highly acidic environment in the body is another reason, because it does the same thing with the acid as it did with the toxins. Trying to find a place to store the acid, fat cells. And no matter what you do, if you are in that toxic environment, no matter what you do, that weight ain't gonna budge. Because that's your body's way of trying to protect itself. But if you are not in a toxic environment, then the next thing that is likely causing you to be overweight is what I just described. Nutritional mineral deficiencies, because your body is craving what it needs to get these 90 nutrients. And every time you go eat something and the 90 nutrients ain't in there, it sends you back again. So you can actually use minerals to lose weight. Let's go to clip number 7, please.
I can walk on a horse farm, and I can tell you in 30 seconds if the horses on that farm are getting all the minerals they need. This is a little working wagon in an Amish farm in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And I walked on that place, and I knew immediately that the horses weren't getting all the minerals they needed, because the horses were eating, nibbling all along this buckboard rail, and then they just ate this one particular place. Why did they eat that one particular place? Because that's where the farmer put his hand when he jumped out of the wagon every time. His hot, sweaty hand full of what? Salt. Okay? Now, my daddy had a 4th grade education, and he knew every time he'd see our cattle chewing on the fence and eating dirt and chewing on the feed box instead of eating the feed, they were minerally deficient. He'd give them minerals and it'd go away. And we usually learned painfully when we were a kid that it's not socially acceptable to chew on the furniture and eat dirt. Bam! Don't do that anymore. That chair costs a lot of money. Ooh, okay. If you're that hungry, go into the kitchen and have a piece of pie and ice cream, or eat a Twinkie, or have a RC and a moon pie. And so people began to recognize these cravings, which we call pica and cribbing in animals and munchies in people. The munchies in people are pica and cribbing in animals. Pica and cribbing in animals are the munchies in people. And so we've been taught that these cravings and the munchies are due to a Twinkie deficiency. Now, if we were taught as kids that this is caused by a mineral deficiency, we'd all take minerals that have 0 calories in them. Americans would all be slim. Weight problems are nothing more than a mineral deficiency disease. Now, nobody knows more about weight gain, weight loss than veterinarians. Why is that? When you put an animal into the feedlot, what are they supposed to do? Lose weight or gain weight? Gain weight. So we know the technology. And snack food companies know this. They spend a lot of money on research learning the technology of weight gain. And they fix their little snacks to make sure that you just can't eat one. In fact, one of them, Lay's potato chips, even uses that as their motto on their bag. You just can't eat one. And so they fix it so you're minerally deficient if you eat their stuff. Okay? But if you take your minerals, the cravings go away. And that alone, you can lose 10, 15, 20 pounds just because you're not desiring to eat things between meals. You're not going to sit there and watch TV and fill your face all night because you don't have those cravings anymore. It's not a problem with your self-respect. It's not a problem. You don't have a deficiency of hypnosis. You don't have a deficiency of acupuncture. You don't have a deficiency of ephedra. You have deficiencies of minerals. You take your mineral program, need a couple of meal replacers a day, give up some carbohydrates, which you learn from Clive McKay and William Banting and so forth, and Bob Atkins. You give up carbohydrates in your bread and your pastas and your rice and your potatoes, and you're going to lose weight and keep it off. It won't come back as long as you stay on that program. But as soon as you go off your minerals, the cravings start up again because it's a mineral deficiency. You'll always get rid of the cravings within 10 to 14 days.
Isn't it powerful? Now, you heard him talking about the low-carb thing, right? Well, the keto diet is all the rage. Everybody's talking about the keto diet, and everybody has, so many different companies have different versions of the keto diet. One of the reasons what makes ours so successful is because in addition to the keto products we put people on, you have to take the minerals. We also put you on a bottle of plant-derived minerals while you're on our keto program. So that means that you are definitely still going to get the nutrients that your body needs while you're on that keto program. You see how that works? And so people have lost 100, 90, 80, 70, 60 pounds or more just from that program because of the fact that we ensure that you're getting the nutrients that your body needs while you're on that keto program. It's amazing how it works. The other ones, you don't get the nutrients. And so it's counterproductive because your body is going to continue to crave for those nutrients. So it's important that you get the minerals that your body needs in there, whether you are trying to diet or lose weight or just trying to maintain good health. It is vitally important that you ensure that you continue to get the minerals in your body. And I want you to understand something. What we do, like I said, it's very personalized, very individualized. So we see where you are at, and then we give you what you need to fix that. Now, our goal, we say to everybody, give us 90 days. Because I tell people all the time, I'm not going to work with you unless you're willing to give me 90 days on this program. Because if you tell me I only want to try it for a month, then that tells me that you are not as serious about restoring your health as I am serious about helping you to get there. So if you're coming in with the attitude of I only want to do this for a month, I say, I'm sorry, but I can't work with you. You might want to go somewhere else. I'm not going to work with you because I don't want you to not give this program an opportunity to work and then go and badmouth the program and say, well, it doesn't work. No, it's not that it doesn't work. It's that you didn't dedicate yourself to it. Often when I'm dealing with clients, I tell them, your diet is very important because no amount of nutrition can now do a poor diet. So if you're not willing to make the adjustments to your diet, I can't help you. I have a client right now who was on the verge of having knee replacement surgery, and only because of COVID wasn't able to do it anymore because they stopped all the elective surgeries. And I convinced her and her family that she would be better off with nutrition. So we got her on the nutrition and she's starting to do better. She's starting to be able to walk again. This was a challenge for her before. But every now and again when I talk to them, I say, how's your mom doing? Oh, she's okay. She's doing well. She's walking. They send me pictures of her walking with her walker and everything. And then they say, but she has some stiffness and pain. I said, what is she eating? That's always my first question. What is she eating? Well, they had to confess that they had a birthday party and she ate 2 slices of cake. So I said, well, that must have been some delicious cake. I hope that cake was so good that it was worth that pain what she going through right now. So I say that to say, you gotta cooperate. You gotta cooperate. You gotta clean up your diet because there's no amount of nutrition that will outdo a poor diet. So if you're not going to eliminate the bad foods, there's only so much nutrition can do. Equally as important, you got to get out of the toxic environment. If you are in a place where there's mold, there's only so much nutrition can do. Nutrition will give your body something to fight with, but eventually the mold will win. You got to get out of that environment. Okay? But if you are in a good, clean environment, if you clean up your diet and you put these nutrients in your body, you will be shocked at the miraculous results that you will get. I'm telling you, I see it all the time. All the time. So please, people, don't just, say, oh, this show is entertaining, and then you go about your business doing the same thing you were doing before. Knowledge is only power when it's applied. Okay? So that concludes our 7 chapters on the Book of Nutrition. Remember, we covered protein, fats, carbohydrates, fiber, water, vitamins, and now minerals. So with these series of shows that we've done, I dare say that you probably now know more about nutrition than most doctors do, simply by tuning in and getting this information that we shared over the past couple of weeks. And so there's really no reason why you should not be able to take care of your health if you apply the principles that have been outlined in these 7 chapters. Our bodies can and will heal themselves if given the right materials. I'm telling you, our bodies are designed to heal. We are healing machines. We just have to give them the right materials. And so we need to start to incorporate correct strategies into our life. I dare say that we are sick because our strategies are wrong. And I believe that applies to COVID as well. And I'm going to do a show next week that is going to blow your mind as it relates to a very common thing that you probably have in your kitchen right now that makes you more susceptible to COVID. Whatever you do, do not miss next week. There's some stuff that you have in your cupboard right now that is making you more susceptible to COVID-19. And I'm going to reveal what that is next week. I can tell you till next week, so you got to come back. But if you got nothing else from this series, I hope that you have learned some good strategies that you can incorporate into your life to make you feel better. That's my time, y'all. It's 1 o'clock. Got to get out of here. I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for tuning in for this Wellness Wednesday show. Tomorrow, we're going to have a brilliant Bahamian who is making a contribution abroad. And we're going to glean from his incredible mind. I'm on the show tomorrow. Robert says no fair. Robert, I got to keep you all coming back. So tune in next week, Wednesday for sure. But tune in every day. We try very hard on this show to bring you something to chew on every single day. I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.